Hi, ninth graders. Congrats on finishing 3.4. By now, you've written, 4 story drafts in 3.4, plus the one you wrote mimicking a mentor text. So you've written 5 stories recently. Nice work. And now you're going to pick your favorite one of those and fix it up. Fix it up and make it into a finished, polished, awesome story that you are proud to share with others. So this week you're going to use the videos and lessons in the slideshow to fix up your favorite draft, and you'll have until winter break to get it together, typed up, and perfected. So to begin, choose the one you think has the greatest potential as an interesting, complete, fleshed out story. That's the story you'll work with this week and next week. Type it into the story perfecting doc that is also provided on Classroom in assignment 3.5. It looks like this. And so it has a little bit of instruction. You'll just highlight this and then start typing your story here. And it should double space it for you as a result. When you're ready, add a title and then add your name here as well. Just highlight that and type your name instead, like this. This will be the doc, and this is where I'll check in on you, and this is how you'll turn it in. So you'll just use the doc that's already connected to A3.5. Then, after you type up what you wrote in your notebook, you're going to go through the steps in the slideshow to make it better. We're going to watch some of these videos together in class, perhaps, and then some of them you can just watch when you need them. So let me run through what we've got. The first one is an overview of the 5 modes of storytelling: exposition, narration, description, dialogue, and interior monologue. So that's an overview. You can watch the video, and then you'll take a Kahoot, or perhaps we'll play it in class, depending on how things go. And then you'll see the next slides are telling about each mode in detail: exposition, narration, description, dialogue, and interior monologue. This is the purple set of slides. And the great thing about these is it describes it, it shows some examples, and then at the end of the video, it tells you how to go back into your piece and try some things out. So you'll check out all of these and adjust your draft. Then you'll get to this step, which is more things to examine. So in addition to looking at those details in the 5 modes of storytelling, you can look at how to do transition words between scenes or sections. You can look at a lesson on the story arc. So do you have a plot? Is there conflict? Is your story interesting enough? Here's a mini lesson on how to create a title. Here's one on how to open your story in an interesting way, how to end your story in an interesting way. That can be tricky. How to create sentence variety. If your sentences are all very similar in structure, your story will be boring. And then pacing, how to make sure your story is not too slow or too fast, but just right. So pick which one you think you might need help with or you want to learn more about. Open it, read it, and then go back to your story and see how you can change it. And then lastly, this will probably be the last week before break, is self and peer review. So you're going to use this checklist and you're going to self-check it and then find 1 or 2 other people to go through the peer review list and use this rubric, which we'll also look at, to give you helpful notes on what you can improve. For example, you could improve your spelling of the word improve. So here's the revision PDF. Print it out if you can. Read it out loud to yourself. It can be awkward, but reading it out loud to yourself will really help you notice where it's clunky, where it's slow, where it's boring, where you forgot a word, where you wrote the wrong word. You can review the rubric and then you can repeat the steps, and then, or you could give it to someone else, make some changes, and then do it again. So in a peer review, your peer could summarize it for you and tell you what they think you wrote, and then you might know if you hit the mark or not. They'll use the rubric to score it and give you feedback and point out places that are working and places that need improvement. And here's some tips for helpful feedback so that you can be kind and actually helpful. And then it tells you what to do after you've read over this info. The rubric is this, and you'll see there's categories for development, organization, style, and mechanics. And so the person could, on a scratch paper, in a notebook, in your document comments, tell you if you did some of these things well. and exceeded the standards, or if you are missing some things. And they could say, hey, you could improve your conclusion. I don't know how your story was resolved. So use those resources to make your story better. That'll be your final step. And then know at the end of this slideshow are all the help guides that we had last week that also review a lot of these details. So use what you need and talk to me as needed as well. Good luck, and I hope you enjoy fixing up a story and make something you're really proud of.